Dave McQuaid will speak.
So, Dr. Paul has been standing with this movement for months now. He's met with the head of the Farmers Associations. Many of you know who he is, some of you don't. He is noted as the world's most popular evangelist. I can tell you that his crowds are often in the hundreds of thousands, if not tipping 1 million people. Whether that's Lagos, Nigeria, Hyderabad, Delhi, hosted by Johnny Lever, many other places in the world. But he's a peacemaker. Now, it's ironic to me that we're standing in front of the UN, United Nations. Would be that it were united. It's not united. Here's a man who actually is a uniter. I've seen him do this all over the world. He brings peace. He steps in. He quells situations that are frankly out of hand. Nothing is more out of hand than selling India to a private interest and betraying the farmers. So with that, I just wanted Dr. Paul to... he won by the way, the prestigious President Kalam Smriti Award. He's nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize this year, both in Norway and by the head of the ruling party right now in India, ironically. He would at one time called himself a friend of Modi. I think he feels a little different about that now. But this is Dr. K.A. Paul.
Today, September 25th, I am joined by hundreds of farmers and leaders from all over America, right in front of the United Nations building. As I promised on June 25th, we will be doing this protest and the rally. I want to thank all different organizations that have come boldly to hold Prime Minister Modi accountable and to call for his resignation. Yesterday, President Biden told Prime Minister Modi not to speak to the American media. Wow. It surprised me that my close friend, President Biden, would do that. Instead of confronting, like Vice President Kamala Harris, a few months ago, confronted Prime Minister Modi. You are destroying Indian democracy, secularism, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of expression. But here I am to give at least 7 main reasons why Prime Minister Modi should immediately resign and hand over Prime Ministership to Home Minister Amit Shah until April 2024 elections. Let the Indians choose the next Prime Minister. The main reason today why we are here is to expose Prime Minister Modi, who happens to be my friend, who has received my blessings, and who has hosted me graciously, given me flowers and garlands and respect, but still nation comes first. When Rakesh Tikait Yudhvir Singh, the head of all Indian farmers, joined me on March 18th in Delhi press meet, when I exposed Prime Minister Modi to resign, I understood why all these hundreds of Indians from all 50 states are here today in New York. Because Prime Minister Modi miserably failed farmers. Where there is no farmers, no food. Nobody with right mind destroys farmers and lands. And he's destroying. He has implemented the 3 bills in the parliament and refused to withdraw when hundreds of farmers already been sacrificing their lives. Millions of farmers, to be accurate, almost 900 million farmers, 450 organizations, 65% of entire Indian population today demanding Prime Minister Modi to step down or withdraw the 3 bills he has implemented for. So he miserably failed farmers, number 1. Number 2, you saw what happened in February, March, April this year. When Corona was decreasing all over the world, Prime Minister Modi, instead of stopping the elections from Uttar Pradesh, the largest state with 200 million, to Kerala and West Bengal and Assam. He has conducted the elections. I have seen hundreds of thousands of people gathered. And Kumbh Mela with 3.5 million, 35 lakh people, which was spread to, we call it super spreader, spread to all over India, 700,000 villages. New York Times reports 4 million Indians died, but real reports say between 40 million and 70 million Indians died, 2-3%, 5%. He miserably failed protecting Indian population with COVID. Number 3, he promised creating jobs for Indians, 2 crore jobs, 20 million jobs for the youth. Last 7.5 years, he's supposed to create 15 crore jobs, 150 million. But today, India is worse than Nigeria and Venezuela with 60% youth. No jobs. Number 3, he miserably failed protecting Indian secularism. Today, 140 million Christians oppose Modi. 280 million Muslims oppose Modi. And the whole Punjab is opposing Modi. Whole farmers are opposing Modi. Women are opposing Modi. Why? His own BJP, Mr. L.K. Advani, his mentor, and Nitin Gadkari inside there. I think he has some health reasons or medical reasons. He cannot make the right decision. So therefore, I give you the 5th reason why he should resign. I can go on and on and on. He miserably failed not only secular India, he has become the leader of communalism. He's creating fight between Hindus, peace-loving Hindus, 90% of Indians, if not 99. And creating communalism between Hindus and Muslims, Hindus and Christians. Number 5, there is no more democracy in India. 100,000 Indians dead fighting with British rulers for Indian democracy, including Mahatma Gandhi and many others to name. But today democracy is dead. In the last 7 years, as I met the Chief Election Commissioner 2 years ago, and I declared in India, democracy will be dead, openly, right in front of the Election Commission. National media was present. They didn't believe. Mr. Kapil Sibal, the spokesperson, the leader of so many political parties who is helping all. Last month he organized a meeting, 18 political party leaders, including Mr. Sharad Pawar and Mulayam Singh's, Kejriwal's and Stalin's and Mayawati's and Akhilesh Yadav's, Lalu Prasad Yadav, all have been united. Why? Indian democracy is dead. Let me explain you more. Indian women are suffering. There is no women's rights. India is becoming the capital of rape. Today you see in Delhi, you see in Lucknow, you see south to north, 7-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl, 16-year-old girls are raped. There is no accountability. Radical Hindu fanatics, extremists, that 1-2% of Indians are raping girls in daylight. BJP MLAs and MPs are accused of rape. There is no accountability. And there is no freedom of 7th reason. Freedom of religion is dead. Freedom of expression is dead. Anti-conversion bills are already implemented and passed in the 9 major states of India. I can go on and on a list, countless reasons why Prime Minister Modi should resign. But what shocks me more than anything, my friend, Prime President Joe Biden. Yes, thank you. My good friend, Steve Forbes, the CEO of Forbes magazine. We've been friends since 98, and Mr. Dave McQuaid, my former executive director, and Susan, our US director, and friends Tim and Gina and all that are here. I want to thank you for coming from long ways, from Nashville, from Houston, from Atlanta, from wherever you have come from. Thank you. In such a short notice, in 5-day notice, you've been here. Steve Forbes, who never criticizes anybody. I'm called the modern day Gandhi, but he's really the Gandhi of the billionaires. He said it openly, Prime Minister Modi policies have destroyed India. And I wonder why Prime Minister Modi is in bed with Russian dictator Putin, Chinese dictator President Xi. And he calls himself a democratic leader. And he's joining in BRIC organization and promoting anti-democracy policies. And he wanted once to become the dictator like Chinese president who declared himself in 2018 chairman for life. Russian president been there for 40 years. Modi wants to be there until he dies. He is unable to decide properly. Therefore, I join with Steve Forbes. I join with Jeff Bezos. I join with Bill Gates. I join with social media, Mark Zuckerberg. Matter of fact, it is me who went to the Supreme Court on May 26th when Prime Minister Modi banned social media on February 26th to May 26th. I requested for the stay, and I thank Supreme Court and Kapil Sibal, the senior most lawyer, and Prashant Bhushan, others those who are supporting courageous. I thank God for these 6 community Punjabis, real fighters. Look at this, Indian Farmers Union, 450 organizations help save our farmers. Do you understand this? My dear friends, 125 retired IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS leaders of India requested me to run for Prime Minister. I'm not interested in political association and funding. I am interested. I want to tell, because our democracy is dead. There is no freedom of press. That's why President Biden said it. Your Indian media is more loving to you than American media, Western media. So don't take any questions from the Western media. Let me tell you, to all my Western media reporters, whether you are CNN or Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS, BBC, Al Jazeera, Associated Press, Reuters, New York Times, Washington Times, you all interviewed me hundreds of times in the past. But here I am, readily available to answer, take your interviews and expose why all these reasons are important, that India should be protected, Prime Minister Modi should resign, farmers should be protected, youth and women should be protected, and India and America should become one. Democracies, 2 largest, so that we can bring the 190 other democracies together to save America, to save India, to save the world. Join me on our website, globalpeacenow.com. Thank you and God bless you.
Kisan Ekta! Kisan Ekta! Today I'm really thankful to Dr. Paul. He's working for Peace Global, and he just want to explain about why we are here today for the protest. I just want to tell you, and this my voice, I want to send my voice from the NRI 6 and all organizations who are over here. I just want to tell to Indian government, we are basically not a traitors. And the who farmers, almost about 800 people is going to sacrifice for to save the India, not for the Sikh community or a one Punjab or Haryana or UP. They want to save to India. Just I want to tell you, and I just want to send this message to Mr. Government, to BJP government. Any king comes like any president, any PM comes in the country, he is not for the one people country, one guy can be president or PM. He is for the full nation. He don't have to argue. He have to leave and decide. There is a 3 regulation who passed over there against the farmers. Don't have to kill them, the farmers. He just came to today in United States and New York. And just Mr. Paul, Dr. Paul told, the Biden told the American president to him, that don't speak with the media. They don't want to. They don't want to give the wrong message. You know, India media, there is no power. India media, they just want to show only the power, Modi power. Modi is people power. Whatever the Modi, the people working over there. I just want to tell you from the United Nations, we are over here. My association is also working over here, Sant Baba Prem Singh Culture Society, New York. We have about 6,000 people, the members. We are not the traitors from India. We love to India. And we always will sacrifice to save the India. And we always fight for if somebody want to kill to India. But it's not some people, what they are missing. We don't want to explain over here, but we love India. I just want to tell